Welcome back to the channel, brothers and sisters. We're going into this area here, so that's another boggy bit. We'll go and I'll show where I fell into the bog. Literally, I do apologise because I kind of like, even walking this bit here, it's so we're going to back up. I do not want to get stuck. We'll go this way. It's all part of the journey. It's all part of the journey. So I'm on the hard bit. And you can see where I went in. I've already made it so it fills up. And you can see the last, because I have to go, I trundled, managed to get through it. You can actually see how far down I was actually. That's very slippy, it is. It's very slippy indeed. It's in this area here that I heard the... You can hear the wood. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Wood. So it's in this area here. So there's a deer. Well, I thought it was a deer. It could be a deer. It senses, so it's warning like because where there's one deer, there's always, especially in here, there's always a good few of them. And just pay attention to like the patterns in the trees and stuff. There's like certain trees that are placed in ways. This bit here. It's all good. Love it. Absolutely love it. Just to show. That's that foot. And that foot. So glad I've got waterproof socks. We're going to see if we can. I want to go back over that way. There is a rock there. Oh, that's perfectly placed. Navigate through. Even this is a you don't want to walk all in that area. Stepping stones, but a mini dam. Love it, because it's not the. No, this is where it could go wrong again. But it's all part of the. It's all part of the experience. Whee! I've still got grips. If I just came out in a pair of normal socks, my feet would be wringing wet. So the other thing with that video is these are follow-ups. So this is part 2. So it's quite hard so it's not easy to, it's not easy, because that's always boggy down there. It doesn't matter, it's all like I've went down off camera over the past few months when it's been really warm, and that's always a boggy. It's always boggy, put it that way. It just gets even more boggy when it's rainy. Because you're getting a little bit of a learning. Bogs retain water. So that boggy ground there that I fell through, that's what won the Scottish the Battle of Bannockburn, by the way. It was that kind of terrain. Now, I'm light. I've not got any armor on, but the guys were like, if you had heavy, even just some basic armor, like you're sinking in that. You're not getting out. you're not getting out of that. And then you've got people that are falling on you, so you end up going face first in, and it's like, nah, that's not the way. It's not the way I would about anyway. It's what it is. It's part of the history. So you do get a bit of history at the same time. So it's when I get to this bit here, can't see it in the nighttime video, but you can see that like there's not been any wind, and there's like fresh. It's like something's banged it. I don't tend to go into that because they're tend to avoid that topic, but I'm only showing what I see. Like you can see it in the video, and then there's like a weird, you hear a deer, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then when I get further along the pathway, deer it is not, because I've now came back and I can sort of like relive that moment, and I'm like, the one that the me, like, well, I'm still me then, but like right now I'm going, nah dude, that was something else entirely, because it was this, watch that video with headphones on. It comes with a warning. Because it's right over where I was in that boggy bit, is just behind the trees, and that's where it was. But it's not a person, because a person would have struggled there. Like, I struggled. I was like, oh shit. Like, you'd have to be in, like, nah, not in these woods. If that tree could talk, it would be like, no, no dude, like what you heard is what you heard. And it wasn't cattle. Cattle don't make that noise. Because a little bit, I didn't know at the time, but a wee bit further on in that video, like literally 2 minutes later, I'm walking to go back up onto the other pathway that's up on the other side. Because you can cut through. I just, like I said, I fell in the bog. I fell in, feet first, thankfully. Now, if I had fell head first, I still would be out doing these, I would still be doing this video. I'm sort of drawn to go along this way. I'm a great believer in, I'm out anyway, so I may as well. I'm out anyway. I'm out, so I may as well. And I'm getting something's there's don't worry, like, well, I'm already spiritually out there anyway, so it doesn't really make any difference. This is the type of channel. There's like something, I sensed it last night as well when I was coming along here, because there's a couple of times I stop and I look behind me, because there is a couple of videos where I've came along here and I can hear footsteps walking behind me, especially the nighttime ones, the first time I come over here in the night. There's no one behind me, but you can hear someone walking behind me. Well, I say something, it's not someone, it's more of a something. I've got to remember that it's not a someone, it's a something. Go under. Then we're getting to the bit where I'm going to shine the camera up through the trees, because you never know. we're going to go a little bit up, because I try not to talk about the. It's nice. Come to a nice clearing. I'm actually going to stand here. There's a little, like, it's a dreek day. It's cloudy, overcast. It's a bit rainy, but this bit here is like there's like a wee beam of light coming through here. So we're going to stand in the light, because there's a part of me right now that's like, since I've started walking along that pathway, I've started in my head, I'm like, I am one with the light is one with me, and there's a little bit of bright light coming through. We're going to stand here. I had a funny feeling something was going to happen in these two videos. I'm going to start talking about the Skinwalker. I've encountered it in there's a woodland that's on the channel. I haven't just encountered the banshee there, I've also encountered like the Skinwalker sound, because it tries to mimic a deer, but like I said, the veil when I'm around gets very, very thin, and whatever things they are, they tend to reveal themselves, because they try and scare me away, but unless it comes right in front of me, because even in the daytime, I tend to, you just never know. It's not a lot of people come in these woods, especially in the woods when it's like this kind of weather, because there's always that feeling at the back of your head, you just never know. I've only ever encountered it in, I remember the first time, that was on the west coast camping, the west coast of Scotland, right over in, there's a town called Inveraray. I've got a vlog video there. Further down Loch Fyne, there's like a quarry town called Furness. Me and my dad used to camp on a bit further south, like 2 or 3 miles down past Furness, and that's where I remember I heard it. My dad woke me up. I was already awake, because I sort of like, I say to my dad, like, what was that sound? And he was like, it's time to get out of here. That was a Friday night. We were meant to stay Friday and Saturday night. We only lasted till I look back on it now, because we used to talk about it. It was only like 10:30. Well, the time that revealed itself last night wasn't that far off it. Wasn't far off at 10:30 at night. Like I said, it's like, I like coming into the woods, because you just never know. I'm using this bit here we're going to walk, we're going to walk up through, go off trail. And talk about the Skinwalker. I'm going to delve into it. So part 2 is just like a wee introduction to the Skinwalker. Part 3 is where I'm going to go right into it, but I'm going to touch on a couple of things. It's not something I've encountered very often, but I have encountered it. And I'm not the only one. I have had. I'm always intrigued to what kind of animals start making big holes like that. It's sort of why I come off trail, because you just never know what you're going to come across. My boots are already. I'm using the fern coming through to wipe the mud off, as much mud off as I possibly can. Oh well. It is what it is. And I was only talking about the banshee in that video as well, and I ended up encountering something else entirely, which is the Skinwalker. Because that is a Skinwalker sound that you hear. There's no getting away from it. Because even at the moment, like, that's an aeroplane going overhead, but the animals are a bit few and far between. Like the wood-doos over in that area over there were revealing themselves, but they must have just went, nah, we're out of here. We're out of here, mate. You're on your own. We heard that sound coming through there last night, pal. We didn't really want to be hanging around there. We're sort of giving you a warning, like, not to come into this bit here. Tread carefully. See, even in the most random bit, and there's most random is I'm totally off trail, and there's another one. There are signs around. It's how you interpret the signs. I'm only showing the signs. That's all I do, is I just show. Because I've had a couple of experiences in this bit where I've seen. So in this area here, I have seen something move through. Caught it on a nighttime video with the torchlight, and I've also caught it on daytime video as well. And it's just to show you how, like, it's not like, and it's the sort of thing that goes right through that. I can't pass through that without making such a racket, and that's the thing, it moves through here, like whatever it is. I know what it is, but I like to let you come to your own conclusion. Like I said, I only show the signs. I interpret the signs, but I like to show the signs. This is when I come out and go off trails and do my own wee thing. Like, I do come across things that, like, I like to do this more when I've got my boots on. My boots on with the waterproof socks. Like, the world's your oyster. The world is your oyster when you've got them on. Oh, mushrooms. Oh, spider. Oh, spider. Come. Sorry. That's pretty cool. That's a whole ecosystem here. And they even have a weird glow on the camera. It's pretty cool. I'm going to sit right down and show, get a proper. angle. There we go. I don't want to disturb them. I'm not doing their own thing. It's this one here. That one's got like a strange glow to it. There's the crows, and there's a wee one starting to come through, and it'll get big like that one, and then it'll start doing its own thing, because something's been eating them. You can see wee chunks out right there. I think something's taken a chunk out of it there. That's a proper thick stem one there as well. Let's see what else we come across. So how I see the figure move is coming through here, but you don't hear it. It doesn't make any sound, that's the thing. It's pretty cool. Not everybody gets these encounters, but there are those of us that do. I love it. Just this time I've decided to record these experiences. Sort of like a bit of encouragement as well when you go out into the woods and go out into the woods and things. Like, don't be scared to record what you see. let your senses run. I do. The stuff I come across is so fascinating. So I'm behind the camera, but my eyes are everywhere, because you just never know what you're going to spot. Like, I just seen them at the corner of my eye, and I was like, "Oh, that's a really nice mushroom." And it turned out to be a massive cluster of mushrooms. I'm sorry being... there's more. Like I say, I'm behind. That's pretty cool. It's caused a whole domino effect. So that one crashed into that one went, "Oi, what are you crashing into me?" And then the other one there's like, "Oi, why are you two crashing into me?" That was a mushroom. It's pretty cool. It's these ones right here. Now this is where it can all go pee-pong. Oh, that's not hard ground that I'm walking on. They're a wee bit hidden, but I've seen them. Just making sure I'm not disturbing any more, so I don't want to disturb them. There we go. Oh, I can get right in to show the stem. Now I always wondered, are they... So there's two there, one there, and then one there. Now, are they connected? These ones are connected, but I'm always wondering. The other ones are just down there. Are they connected? Just heard. There's something there. There's no one around. I just heard a voice. Sorry. Yeah, I'm curious as to find out if the mushrooms there, if they're connected to the mushrooms that are just off down there. I thought there was another big cluster of mushrooms, but no, it's something else entirely. I just heard the voice, even in the daytime, yeah, even in broad daylight. I'm in here on my own. There's no one else around. I do apologise. This video is going to be quite a long one. I didn't want to. I'm just showing what is. So going back onto the Skinwalker, I come on that topic and then come off the topic because I don't want to give it, because I know there's something it's in here, because I heard it in a video down there, like I heard it last night. I've got it on camera. I went down into the area where I heard it. It's really boggy, because I'm still boggy. Just I've been walking through ferns and stuff to clean a little bit of the mud off. And I've touched on that. It's not the first time I've heard it. I've heard it off and on throughout my life. I also had it. I heard it in. I encountered it in the Grand Canyon when I fell down the ledge. That was a near-death experience. If it wasn't for the ledge, I would not be here. It's pretty. That was a pretty wild ride. But there is also like a creepy encounter that I had with that because I got so close to the wild animals there. I've got pictures. If you've been around me and I've showed you these pictures, like I've let you in. It's not something I show. It's not something I go talking about either. Letting you into me, because that's when it was mainly after that experience. That's where the veil is really, like when I'm around, the veil's very, very, very thin, very thin. I am even in here, and I heard a voice when I was up at the mushrooms, because I can sort of hear like so over in this direction here. I'm letting my senses go. I can hear like yeah, we're gonna go and investigate that. I'm gonna go over this way. So the Skinwalker always tries to hide it. It tries to disguise itself as like it's almost like a mimic, but I'm a great believer in it's not a very good mimic. It's like I said, I've got other follow other people, and unfortunately, it's not. It only really happens at certain times of the year and at certain times of the month, because it's usually when the veil between the living and the dead is at its thinnest. Well, we're coming into that peak time, which is like the end of. So we're at the start of September. There's a reason why I'm starting these kind of videos, because we're going somewhere with these. Like I'm coming out with the intentions over the darker nights to like whatever's here to properly reveal itself. And these videos will be very interesting, because I didn't even come out with any kind of intentions yesterday, because this is the day after, and I'm quite high up here, and it's down there that I heard it. So like a Skinwalker's like, I can only go from what the Native Americans say about the Skinwalkers, and that's that they're It's something trying to impersonate an animal but lure you. It tries to lure you in. And because I've heard it in here a couple of times, I heard it in a couple of videos that I was out recording at the start of the year, I'll be coming back in here a little bit more often because I want to try and reveal, I want to try and get the Skinwalker actually on camera. That's where we're going. I sort of was up, didn't really sleep last night because I was thinking, right, do I come out and on certain times, because when I come out on the next full moon I come out on, that's the intent. Over the witching hour is to get the Skinwalker to reveal itself. Like I said, there's going to be interesting content videos. I'm starting it off with ghost stories and urban legends. Well, this is a massive urban legend. It's worldwide. It has different names. So in the UK, it's classed as a shapeshifter. In America, it's a Skinwalker. And there's parts of the Northern Territories, in the Eastern Territories and the Western Territories of Canada, they call them Wendigos. But it is essentially the same thing. It's a Skinwalker. It's something that tries to impersonate. So it doesn't really get a lot, there's a lot of it's impersonating animals around here because there isn't a lot of people that come out here in the night time. Probably because they've heard, because there is a video, in one of the videos that you do, I come across this random guy on the trail path, and yeah, he's just a random guy walking his dog, and even he sort of gets like, like you're out actually trying to record or capture what? No, I've already encountered it. Just didn't really want to terrify him because he had a dog, and I could see the dog was itching to go down to where I had just came from, where I heard the Skinwalker. Now to ward off a Skinwalker, if you hear it, surround yourself with a ball of light, but always make sure you have a silver on you. Now I've got a pendant that's made of gold and silver for that reason, because silver and gold are a massive spiritual protection. So the chain is the chain I wear is solid silver, and the pendant I have is platinum with it's solid gold. It's not a heavy. It's not a light pendant. Put it that way. It's solid. It's got solid gold. Because it's proper spiritual protection. That's what I say. It's like I have things. I don't come out. When I come out, I'm not. It's always better to be safe than sorry. Because if I hadn't had my protection, it probably would have turned into a different encounter altogether. Because there is a nighttime video where I come and I'm out on the witching hour. I'm out on the witching hour on the Blood Moon. I've got a playlist. They're called the Blood Moon series. So you'll see the stump that's just there. Now you can, in that video, you will see something that's standing at the stump. And then, not in that woodland, but the woodland that's just up, further up in the distance. That's the one I call Ravenswood. There's also a couple of encounters that I've had up there, but the most intriguing one And that was a Skinwalker encounter, is the woodland that's just off on that hill over in the distance. On the camera it makes it look further than it actually is. I can actually zoom in on that woodland. So that woodland that's up on the hill, that was on the overnight challenge. Just zooming it back, there we go. But there is a video where I come out in a full moon and there's something that hides behind that tree stump. I've had a few creepy encounters. Because if you keep walking up there, like, you do not come across, there's no, you can walk it and you can pretty much get right down into the Pennines without even coming across a town or a village. I was walking it, but I wasn't recording because I just wanted to make it part of my own journey. But there's going to be their content videos for. I don't want to go rushing it because I'm getting encounters here, and I've had a few encounters when I went up over. There's videos where I go way over. But I go further. I even go further beyond there. I take camping equipment with me. Well, I took camping equipment with me. I just didn't want to record it. I just wanted whatever encounters they were to be my own encounters, and then like we can do the encounters in the future. I don't want to go rushing into content, because it's quite a big area. It looks like it's not that far, but it doesn't look far. But it's a lot of walking, a lot of walking and a lot of trekking. And I'm a great believer in, if you put the effort in, sometimes you'll be rewarded. And yeah, got the videos to back that up. And I don't go, and that's the thing, I don't go looking for it. That's the difference, because you can tell the videos where I don't go looking for the things and I get encounters, and then I come out with the intention to try and get encounters and nothing happens. I'm not ashamed to admit that. Like, there's like 2 playlists, like the Druid Cairn series part 1 and part 2, and then the next videos to watch is the Blood Moon, and then followed up by the Full Moon, because they're filmed pretty much night after, like the Blood Moon night, and then it was followed up by a full moon. Well, the Blood Moon was the full moon, but like when that was happening, it was like the night before and the night after, they were also classed as full moons. It's pretty cool. They're worth a watch. There are a few other ones where you can, like, if you want to broad daylight and hear ravens and I find a skull and stuff with fully intact horns and stuff, they're all on the channel. But I divulge because I'm going to spend the next 5 minutes talking about the Skinwalker, because it was in that lovely bit of woodland just there. You can zoom in. That woodland right there. You can also see the stump. I've also had an encounter where there was something hiding behind that stump. There we go. We'll just go a wee bit, we'll zoom in just a wee bit, there we go. That's better. I've had an encounter with the Skinwalker. We'll go over, I'll try and get that bit of woodland. It was in yesterday's, it's in the recent upload videos. We've also had an encounter with a Skinwalker up in the woodlands that are up in the background. Sorry, the telltale sign was when I came across the trees that are placed in a certain patterns. So for for a skinwalker to properly reveal itself, there has to be sort of like a portal type thing. That's why I'm drawn to up there. And then I even mentioned it in a video. Someone random when I was out walking, wasn't recording or anything, and this random person just randomly came up to me and was like, why don't you take, because it's not something to do on your own. You need other people. It's not a solo venture. You need a couple of people that know, and yeah. So I'm putting it out there. If you want to come and join me and close that portal, you're more than welcome to come and join me. Just it comes with a warning. Like, I'm getting encounters and things in broad daylight, so just be on guard. That's all I can really say. If you want to come and join me and close the portal. And there's some people that are probably like, oh, you're not one of them, and it's like, no, that's exactly what it is up there. Because it's I've heard sounds and seen things up there that very interesting, put it that way. Because for a lot of it I've not seen for a long time. Because life has its own wee journey, and then I come back and I sort of don't even get, and then I'm like, oh right, so we're back on this journey. The past 10 years has been a full cycle. Like, we're back to where I was 10 years ago. Cool. Right. So we can get close to that stump actually. Well, I've got to be careful because there's that is proper boggy ground as well. Nah, I'm not walking. I've already been in I've already stepped into the bog. Don't know if the camera will pick that up, but that's a lovely raven flying overhead. Don't know if it will show it. Believe it or not, I've seen it fly from way over there, and it circled all the way, and it's got a wee, because it's a lot bigger than the crows. But what it's doing is it's mimicking crows at the moment, but it's way bigger than a crow. Love ravens. There's a wee swift picking up the midges around the boggy bit. It's like, you do your job, wee man. Nice swift. There's actually a couple of them down picking up the flies and the midges and the moths. Anyway, thank you for joining me on part 2. Come join me on part 3. This was sort of like an insight to the Skinwalker. Don't want this video to go on for forever, so come join me on part 3. Till then, stay safe, be honourable, be kind. Peace.